Good morning, traders. So, how do we trade the Aussie today? Before we get cracking, I really need to ask you guys a favor. Please, can you share the videos on social media, like, comment? Really appreciate the engagement. It just helps me grow the channel, and that's the whole purpose of this, to help as many people as we can. Anyway, so the weekly is looking fairly bullish. If this pin bar can hold, we have a pretty good weekly reversal pattern here off the bottom of a range. Now, we have to wait for the close of this bar before we can actually read anything into it. So we need to wait for today. Now, the daily is looking fairly confused in my opinion right now. So that seems to be a sticky point that we can't get through. Okay, so what we need to do is get through that level, and the other level that is quite important is, so I just want to get it right. It's pretty much around there. Okay, so basically what we're doing is looking at where we've had some tails to the bottom, where we've had some engagement, and this is the zone of resistance at the moment. Okay, now if we look at the 4 hour, actually I'm just going to skip the 4 hour and go straight to the 1 hour. 4 hour is kind of bullish, but I just want to come to here. Okay, so I got that wrong. Let's just move that to incorporate as many of these tails as possible around there. Okay, so we have a cup and handle. So we had a candle that was formed on Wednesday, and then yesterday we sort of just further enhanced that handle. So now that is a bullish pattern. Now this could very well be a trap. Okay, so what you could see is that we've had this move up. We've consolidated now for 20 bars. So ignore the cup and handle pattern for now and just look at this consolidation. And normally what you have is you have a rally, consolidation, and then you either break down or break up. Now, the minute you start going over an 18 bar consolidation, then things start getting a little bit hairy as to which way we're going to go. We have diversions, and we have a grouping of the oscillators. So for me, I'm kind of like in a 80% convinced that this is not going to break the upside, we're going to break to the downside. Okay, best case scenario is to come and test the bottom of this consolidation range, but I suspect we're actually going to move to the downside. Okay, so this pattern that we see here, don't get fixated on it just yet, not until we see an hour close above, I think it's 53.80, let's say 50,380 is where we need to see a close above on the 1 hour before we can say that this consolidation range is breaking to the upside. Okay, to me, the warning bells are here that we're seeing is going to roll over. Let's just get down to the 30. I just want to get the, oops, that's not what we want. We want the Fibonacci. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so you had a gap down, and basically we immediately hit the breakout target, and we hit target number 2. So if you'd taken that short, that would have given you a relatively small 250 point trade, at which point I think a lot of us were long. I definitely was long, and this pin bar here got me a bit worried and got me out of the long anyway. So it was very much a consolidation day, and what we can expect today, and the interesting thing will be to see, I've done it again, cancel. The interesting thing today will be to see whether we can get through this range, and this is a much bigger range, and if you look, the breakout target is the bottom of the range. If you look at that, so breakout target is pretty much spot on the bottom of the range, and the secondary targets is pretty much this inside tail here. Okay, so I suspect we're going to gap down, and from a break here we've got another 250 point trade, possibly a 400 point trade. Okay, so that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. And if I look at the half hour here, you've also got a inverse head and shoulders here. So here's this left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. And we're kind of at the neckline. The neckline for this is pretty much right there. Okay, now you can argue that we've broken that neckline. Now again, this is why I'm saying this is looking like a trap. There are too many good signals to be true. There are too many bullish signals, moving average crossovers, everything's looking really bullish. But I've just got the sneaky suspicion that this thing is going to move down. And what's adding fuel to the fire is this consolidation double top, okay, and the grouping of the oscillators here. Now, I didn't look at that on the give me 1 second. I just want to see if we've got reverse divergence. No, we don't. Well, actually, we do. So reverse or continuation divergence is probably a better terminology for it. You can see that was a previous high, that fractional high there. And now if I put my cursor on the MACD, you can see on the left here, let's just use a line so you can see it rather. Let's make sure that we're on the right level. Yeah. Okay, so right here where the line MACD crosses the line, that is the previous high. Okay, so the MACD is sitting there, and you look at where price is now, you can see the MACD is above it. So in other words, we have a lower low, but price is giving us, but MACD is giving us a higher high. Okay, and that is normally a signal that we're going to continue the move that we were moving in. And this was the original move. And this is kind of our, you can almost say this is our consolidation phase. So if you're familiar with sort of Elliot's wave principle or even the Ichimoku wave theory, if you look here, this is pretty much the first wave, and we've consolidated with one push up, one push down, one push up. So it's A, B, C. So this could very well just be a consolidation for another move down. And if this is a consolidation for another move down, we have a fairly serious 3,200 point move to the downside coming. Okay, and that could get quite scary. So before that happens, I suspect we will again find some form of support at the bottom of the range, and that's what will have to break for that pattern to play out. But anyway, this consolidation could be for the next move down. Just want to look at the 6 hours. The 6 hours is the only chart that is indicating that we're still bearish. Okay. So that being said, what am I looking for today? I'm pretty much looking for a short. We also have a wedge here on the 12 minutes. So I suspect we are going to gap down. This wedge will play out. We should get down to the target, and the problem with that is going to be below the 200 moving average on the 12, and also we're going to target this pin bar here, which would break the closing range. Okay, so that's kind of my play today, and the levels to watch are pretty much going to be, if we do break down, there's a pretty good chance that 49,830 will get hit, and we'll have to see what happens here. If we break 49,830, then you've got the next level of 49,660 to be hit. Okay, so that's kind of the way I'm seeing it at the moment. We are in a Bollinger Squeeze, and I suspect, I mean, look at all the oscillators. They're all starting to group to the upside, top of range, top of consolidation, and I suspect we're coming down at least for the bottom here. If we do break here, we're breaking further. Okay, so Let's see if I'm right or wrong on this one, but I do suspect this is a trap. Anyway, guys, I hope that helps. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing. Thumbs down if you don't like it. Drop us a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We do this every day, giving you 3 great reviews. Anyway, catch you later. Enjoy the day and stay safe. Cheers, man.